Hey guys, so for this video I kind of want to update you on stuff, some interesting stuff happened this morning and just lately. First up, I was going to make today a family day, but I can't because it got postponed. Because basically my sister was supposed to come on last Wednesday. But because basically right now we're in a gas situation. Like basically gas stations pretty much are like running or ones near us and stuff are like basically have no gas, and when they do have gas it doesn't last long, to the point where there's lines. We saw a line the other day, like out onto the street, and just people waiting to get gas. So she couldn't come due to that reason, because her job involves her driving around and stuff. So she couldn't come Wednesday, and then like we were told that it should be fixed or a lot better by the weekend. So she planned to come today, but then yesterday we got a phone call and she went like, hey, she asked if the ones near us are any better, and we're like, we don't really know because we don't go anywhere really, but not really. And she's like, well, I'll try to come next Wednesday, because her job involves her driving around. So yeah, that's the thing. I was kind of let down. And I'm the type that I get bored easily. I get bored very easily when it comes to things outside of my career. And I'm the type that I want to have something, or 2 or 3 things that's outside of my career that I can do. And that's why I always try to watch YouTube and TikTok as one, make that something, because even though that is close to my career, it is some kind of outside my career a little bit, that I can just sit down and watch YouTube, TikTok, and TV, but also I try to incorporate doing crafts and stuff, because really at this point our house is boring. I straight up say that, because I feel like I don't play with toys too much. I do buy toys a lot, I buy JoJo toys and certain toys I just don't play with, but it's hard for me to find anything to do. My life is dedicated to my career. But today, something kind of. So yesterday, I brought up the idea of making handstand cane. Now the thing is that it's recommended for you to have a hand, and I don't have my handstand yet, but it could be good. We might make some. We don't know yet. That's kind of a wait and see situation, because it's not too much to make and stuff, but yeah. And I feel like for so long now, I always push towards dance. I always wanted dance. I always wanted my career to kick off. And I feel like for so long, my parents just kind of looked at it as a fun thing that I did, not really as, oh wait, this could actually be her future, this could be her career, up until today. So yesterday was just a bunch of disappointments for me. It was disappointment after disappointment after disappointment. What I mean by that is it started with finding out that my sister wasn't going to be able to come today. That was the first one. Then I had the idea, oh, let's make like handstand canes. Because I'm the type that there's two ways to kick up into a handstand. You can do it from standing, and then you can do it from the floor. I do it from standing. It's always been easier for me, and I just like it more. So I went like handstand canes might be good for getting my handstand. So like, and then Dad tried to like take control of that and be like, well, we're gonna do it this way, and I'm like, but you're taking, like, the whole point was for me to have something to do that could help my career. But then that I got fine with after a few minutes. Oh, and then the third disappointment was that I have acro with Abby on Fridays, but what happened was I logged on at like a little bit before 3. I want to say like maybe like 15-20 minutes before 3. Like a little bit before 3, and I used the link that we have for the acro class, and when I logged on it popped up, it's supposed to be at 3, but when I logged on it basically popped up this thing and saying, and this meeting is scheduled to start at 3, and I'm like, okay, and like it's not 3 yet, like, makes sense. And I waited, and I waited till like after 3, and my dad looked at it, and it basically had it scheduled for last week. And so I waited until like 3:30ish. I want to say maybe a little more or something, and I just logged off because I missed it. It never started or something. And which I'm so annoyed about because I'm annoyed about it in the sense that like it seems like I can never seem to do this acro class. And I love this acro class with Abby. It helped my training out a lot. And yeah, but today something happened this morning. That was kind of like disappointment number 3. And then I kind of went and did like or started working on a craft, which was fun. And then I got disappointment number 4, which was I attempted to make some slime, and I used this Jock glue and a Tide Pod, on which I know that I used the Jock glue before. I had a very bad curse of slime. For a really long time I did. I tried for almost a year straight, and out of that time I maybe got 2 or 3 until the very end. Then I actually got like another couple, and that's when I started getting good at slime. The first one I failed because of Dad, because I didn't know how to make slime. I just knew I liked slime, and he went off of some recipe that he found on like the Elmer Glue website, and he put way too much activator in it, and so it was hard. And also it was my fault. I added too much food coloring. So that one was a fail. We had lots of fails. So but I never managed to get slime with the type. Well, it made slime. It made like a jiggly slime, but the slime was sticky, jiggly, and not good. Like, not good at all. And so I heard at one point somewhere, I forget where it was, I heard that if you add like a little tiny bit of salt to like a sticky slime, it helps make it not sticky. So I added a little bit and it just melted it. So I learned don't add salt to slime unless you plan to overactivate your slime. Now, if your slime is overactivated, that could be good because then you might be able to melt it down to a good slime. But today what happened was that, me and my mom kind of got into an argument. An argument that ended, I guess, good. I feel like there's times when I don't train. I don't because I'm not being pushed. It's like when I'm in class dancing, I'm being pushed. I'm being pushed and I'm working my best not to go backwards. You know, like I love dance class so much. But what happened was today, Mom, like we got into an argument because I'm the type that I feel like sometimes it can be difficult with my mom. It can be difficult in the sense that sometimes she won't listen to my side, and it's more like, oh, whatever I say is wrong. And that can be difficult because sometimes it's not. Like, well, today pretty much what happened was she went like, the reason you don't have a handstand is you don't want it, or like, she basically started going off on me about how I never stretch and all of this, and I'm like, and I stopped her for a second, and I went like, but I do every day, and she went like, don't talk back to me, and it started an argument, and I mean, the reason I stopped her was because I don't stretch out there usually. I don't. I try to set a goal for myself to stretch every day, whether that's 1 minute a day or 10 minutes a day, however long that is. Just until, because I feel like it is hard because stretching is the thing that I feel like the reason I do it back here is because I can play music on my Echo and stuff and be motivated and so oh yeah, so in that situation that can kind of hard, but that way I can be in my zone and stuff. And I feel like my parents never pushed me. They never have in the they sometimes will get annoyed if I'm I need a break and I'll skip a class maybe, which I'm not doing anymore. I try to limit myself at this point, it is a thing. So today, finally at one point my mom and me really got at it, and she went well, you don't and just started getting on, and finally I stopped her and went before I was the type that whatever my mom said went. I never argued back. When I was little, I always went yes, but in fairness, I didn't know. I didn't know that I'm allowed to have an opinion. I always grew up with my mom always seemed to be right, and so finally once we lived with my sister for a while, well, it taught me a little bit more about how it's fine to stand up for myself a little here and there. I don't argue with my mom too much. I try not to, but when I know that an argument might get us somewhere, that's when I start at it, because I would rather argue for 5 seconds and then get an end result that we're both happy with versus not, and then only one of us be happy. So yeah, today, and even then I try not to argue, I try to more like explain to her. So finally, after we argued, and she finally went like, here's what I'm willing to do. I want you every day to stretch. Every day to stretch for 1 hour a day. And whatever you need to do kind of in that area, we'll see if we can work with that. And if you keep doing this, then maybe you can keep dancing. And I'm like, we headed in the right track. The 1 hour part is a little on the side that I'm not too thrilled with, because that is a long time. And I feel like she is right with one thing, which is that I do often say, like, oh, I'm busy and stuff, because I don't really try too much on the, when I'm in class, I go 100%, I have fun, and I block them out. That's literally, and I literally had to tell her the other day, because I have 4 rules. I have 4 simplified rules, which is you don't argue with the teachers, or even if they're screaming at me, you don't argue with them. You let me do all the talking if there's any talking. And you don't talk to me, you don't talk to me, you don't point out any corrections, and unless it's in the Wednesday class. Because I've given that section for the Wednesday class only because, but once it's Gianna's time, then, and that rule no longer applies. But when we have this one teacher that can apply, where they can correct me only because there's one teacher, he's a fabulous teacher. He's fabulous, he knows what he's teaching, and it's just hard because I kind of have to watch and learn that way, which is fine. But my thing is that it's hard because I'm not being corrected, I'm not being told what I'm doing wrong. And so, like, that's the next section. But then, like, Gianna and stuff does correct us and stuff. Yes, occasionally only something will slide by her and she won't see it. But then usually when that happens, I can tell that I made that mistake and I fix it. And then the final rule is that you be nice and you just be nice and let me be in my zone, let them handle it. If I mess up, no matter if I messed up 5 times, you don't get involved, you leave it up to them. Because your job is the parents. You're the one paying for it. Well, not really, because I'm paying you back, but you have your own zone. That zone is not teach me, like, except for when it comes to school, then it is teach me because my dad is my teacher. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to come on here and explain that sort of stuff to you. I do plan to, she said that today I can stretch anytime tomorrow I'm not going to because tomorrow, well, I might. It depends if we can log into the Sunday class. If we can, I feel like if we can't, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. But like, and this time it's not like last time. I had like something fun to make up for that disappointment. Like I ordered point shoes, you know. This time there's not that. So yeah. So my plan is I have a multi-loop stretching band. I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna bring the dance blocks probably. And then the hair tie I will probably bring. Which also, by the way, I moved my hair stuff back to the bathroom. Because I usually, when I did the vanity tour, I had my hairbrush, my bobby pins, and hair ties. But I keep them in the bathroom because we have like a little hair drawer that it's always been easier because that's where I like get changed into like a leotard for dance plus that kind of where like if I'm just like a quick get ready sort of day, which is pretty much just do my hair. I just give it a light little bit of brushing and that's that. Then I do it in there. And I tried bringing it back here, but it seems it's more functional out there. Then I am bringing the mat because the mat is, yeah. I like my mat, but I don't like it too much. Like, I have a mixed feeling about it. I like because it's a good mat, but like, because it's foam pieces, it's like foam pieces, it's really hard because of two reasons. First off, let me actually pull one. There's these things, and these always like pop up and stuff sometimes during class, and it's a tripping hazard and stuff. Let me close it. There we go. But also because it is foam pieces, it's really hard to move because you can't like pick it up and move it. You have to like kind of take like each piece separately and stuff, which is hard because if you don't, it just like falls apart and stuff. So yeah, but then you just put it back together, which is hard because the mat stays out kind of in my bedroom, and because it's good for whenever I like am filming or something. When I'm done filming, I can just kind of go on it or like maybe do something on it. So yeah. So right now I got a lot of work dance wise, but I'm happy because that argument kind of led me to a point where I needed to be, because now it's not, I feel like when I'm not being pushed and when I'm not being told like, oh, you have this, this, and this, and this today, like dance wise or like career wise, I don't usually end up getting much done. unless it's like filming or like posting on Instagram versus now. Uh, Now knowing that like even on my days off, which it's kind of sad that it's on my days off, including. But like it's good to know that like now my mom pushing me, and it's also good because it basically came down to where she said that maybe I could do this again if I really showed that this is what I want. Plus, when my dad goes and gets lunch today, I am going to talk to her about this, because more about like the worldwide and seeing if there's a chance I could do it again, because peace out.